Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having a great day. Today I'm going to be reacting to another video by Haminations called My Mario Childhood. I played a good amount of Mario games growing up. I especially liked the original Mario Kart on the Nintendo 64. I know that shows my age, but I don't care. It was a good game back in the day. So we'll see what other type of Mario-based memories that Bryson has in store for us today. The link to the original video will be in the description below. Please like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get watching this. I think I've seen that video before. I recognize the audio. That is funny. It's just classic early 90s childhood excitement right there. That's great.
It's a Wii.
Wow,
Oh.
This is gonna be so
Wii, all right.
fun.
Look, the Me channel. I want to make a Me.
Don't worry, I'll make one for you. You're probably too dumb to figure it out.
What?
I said you're too young to figure it out.
Alright, that was kind of rude. I mean, I get it's just kind of like sibling energy, but come on. I mean, it's Christmas Day. Could you at least be a little bit nicer? It's not too much to ask for, I don't think.
And there. That's what you look like.
What? Oh, no. The intense emotions of betrayal. Never let a family member make your video game avatar, because apparently it will not end well.
Hi, I'm Bryson,
Hey,
and
Bryson.
today we're going to talk about how a fun childhood hobby slowly devolved into a hellish war of spiteful competition.
Okay.
How the shame and humiliation of losing festered inside me and drove me to do anything in my power to destroy my siblings.
Alright, I can tell this is going to be a little more intense than I thought it was. I thought this was going to be a little more of a lighthearted video. But, I mean, I guess if you really like something and you lose all the time, then you might be motivated to try to win at all costs, but still. I think this might be a little bit excessive.
I'm talking, of course, about the Italiano Paisano himself,
What?
Mario.
Ah.
But before we delve into my villain arc, let's go back to a simpler time, when I
Okay.
was taking my first baby steps into the world of video games. It was all so new to me. It felt like I was a cosmic pioneer exploring a different galaxy.
Super Mario Galaxy. Good game. I personally haven't played it. I've heard lots of people played it. I've heard it's popular. Let me know in the comments below. Have you ever played Super Mario Galaxy, and what's your opinion of it?
Super Mario Galaxy, the game where you traverse the universe as everyone's favorite Italian plumber. If you haven't played this game yet, change that immediately. When I
Okay.
play this game now, it feels like that scene from Ratatouille.
What? Oh, this one.
Hello. It enthralled.
Oh, dang. I didn't see that coming. I have to look at that again really quick.
It feels like that scene from Ratatouille. Hello.
Oh, man, that is so funny. It's so messed up. Imagine actually literally being served a tiny person and you eat it. That is just horrifying yet so amusing right now.
It enthralled me as a child with its constant stream of new and inventive platforming
All
ideas. After watching Brody play Galaxy for a while, I decided to graduate from game watcher to game player. Move
All right.
over, Brody. Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox. Immediately, the soundtrack in this game changed my brain chemistry forever.
All
The
right.
people who made this music know what joyous whimsy sounds like. When I hear Gusty Garden
I just found it was just so funny, just like yanking the controller out of his brother's hands. But I guess it is like that when you have siblings, though. Like, once you see them doing something, you want to do it too. So, understandable.
Galaxy, it makes me believe that anything is possible. The
Good.
room fades away, I float into the air, and I enter the world of the game. This was one of the first video games I ever played, so I had a lot to learn. Jumping
Cool.
between gravity-defying planets and walking upside down took a lot of getting used to. I collected a few
I'd say
stars
so.
and then headed to the loop-de-loop galaxy. And let me tell you, this level broke little Bryson. In the level, you
Hold on, I see his face really quick. Hang on.
walking upside down took a lot of getting used to. I collected a few stars and then headed to the loop-de-loop galaxy. And let me tell you, this level broke.
Oh man, the rage, the stress, that cannot be good for a young person who's still growing up. But I don't think it must have phased Bryson too hard, because last time I checked, he was like 6 feet tall, so it obviously didn't like mess with his bodily chemistry too badly. Oh, but look at the rage though. Oh, I feel so bad for young Bryson right now.
Little Bryson. In level, you ride around a floating water race course on a Stingray. But
Alright.
I wanted to get the high score. I wanted to go fast. So my thumb
Understandable.
never let go of the acceleration button, and that meant I couldn't make sharp turns.
Oh.
I kept flying off the map and dying. And to make
You know, that actually makes some sense, because I'm pretty sure you can't make turns too fast in the real world either. 'Cause, like, no matter what you're doing, whether you're like on a go-kart or a like fancy race car, if you go too fast, you can't make turns properly. You end up gonna get disqualified or get hurt. So if you're ever into some kind of competitive racing sport, whether in a video game or real life,
Don't go too quickly, okay?
just go at a moderate speed and save yourself the frustration.
worse, I had to use
What?
motion controls.
Okay.
I couldn't beat it no matter how hard I tried. I
Ooh.
started crying, and
Aw.
Brody had to help me beat the level. This will go down in history as mankind's second greatest defeat involving stingrays.
Really?
But after that little hiccup, I was ready to take on the rest of the game and lose to Bowser 50 times. But
This has to be the worst. When you can't make fast level, you have to get your brother to help you, and you still end up losing multiple times. I can only imagine how this was like just wearing down on Bryson's psyche at this point. That has to suck so much.
Brody, being a seasoned veteran gamer, coached me on how to perfectly time my spin moves, and I used them to spin Bowser like a Beyblade.
Alright, cool.
Bowser.
I was feeling pretty good about my newly acquired gaming skills.
Awesome.
Beating Bowser as a child is a big deal, okay? At that age, what else do you have to be proud of? The drawings you made that Mom hung up on the fridge? Well,
Oh my god, I just knows how terrible that drawing is. I mean, it was from when he was a little kid, but still, that looks like something out of, like, I don't know, a demented video game or something, or a nightmare. But he does have a point. I mean, when you're a little kid, you don't have many accomplishments, if any. What are you supposed to brag about to your friends? So, defeating a giant digital fire-breathing turtle monster, I guess, is the closest thing that you can really achieve. Like, that's actually important to something when you're a kid. So, understandable.
bad news, Mom will throw those crappy drawings away while you're not looking. But the achievement of defeating the king of the Koopas, that lasts forever. Then I arrived at the Rolling Green Galaxy. That sounds like a fun, easy, kid-friendly level.
It
Not.
does?
If
Oh.
the Stingray race broke me, this one shattered me. In the level, you bounce on a ball that has a star inside it, and you
Alright, I know he's probably going to explain how insane this level was. But I can't imagine, like, a video game, like, causing that much mental and emotional anguish to the point of, like, almost, like, hurting your soul. I've gotten frustrated at video games. To my knowledge, I don't think I've ever rage quit or anything, but I'm guessing that's probably what's going to happen soon.
motion
jeez.
controls to lead the ball through
That was
obstacles
terrifying.
and past Goombas to reach
Alright.
the end and unlock the star. And I just couldn't do it. I
Uh-oh.
kept falling off, which made me impatient, which made me go faster, which
Uh-oh.
made me fall off more, and the cycle just continued.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, when you get frustrated, you get impatient, and you start getting reckless. And it's understandable that happens because, you know, you're a kid, you want to beat the game fairly quickly, but you keep messing up. The only advice I can give to anyone out there who's, like, young and into gaming, take a deep breath.
Slow down. Remember, it's just a game. The whole point is to enjoy it.
Not to always be the fastest or get the highest score, though that can be the point sometimes. It's really just to have fun. Take your time and enjoy the journey.
At 6 years old, I just did not have the coordination or fine motor skills
Oh.
to beat this thing. But I was
High stupidity
determined.
bar.
I didn't want to ask Brody for help again. I wanted to
Alright.
be a big boy gamer. I hunkered down and died over and over for an hour straight.
Wow,
But then
hour.
finally, I got past the spot. Pardon. But then finally, I got past the spot where I usually fell. I was
Alright, well that's good. It seems like he's getting better, but I think that there's a good probability that he'll end up falling again, even if he just managed to get to the part he used to fall. I think that there will eventually be another problem. I don't think it'll be that easy.
Close to the end, I shakily crossed a bridge, and the
Okay.
flag came into view.
All right.
My hands were shaking. The
Wow.
adrenaline was pumping. I could almost taste my victory.
All right.
I launched over to the last island. I had made it. I tilted
Good.
my Wiimote all the way forward, but...
What?
I
No, after all that work and all that effort to only lose when you are literally at the end, that has to suck more than anything. Bryson, I feel so bad for your younger self right now. I feel bad for anyone who's really into gaming and experiences something like that on a regular basis.
literally tripped at the finish line. My confidence was shattered, and I had to go collect myself in the other room.
Oh.
But I would not let this fiery crucible break me. I would allow it to forge me into something stronger.
That's
I
good.
stepped back in and entered Ultra Instinct mode.
Wow. Interesting artistic design right here. Good artistic choice. But I think that's a good example for life in general. If you fail at something, you shouldn't just completely give up. You should use your failure to keep pushing forward, to encourage you to do better. Use that frustration and anger to push yourself into achieving greatness, whether we're talking about a video game or your career or what have you.
Don't give up.
And I finally beat it.
All right.
And that's when I felt it. The gamer's high. All my dopamine receptors fired, and I jumped for joy.
Awesome.
This is the greatest day of my life!
I had emerged victorious and was ready to take on the universe, literally. I cruised through the rest of the galaxies. Nothing could hold me back.
That's good. I'm glad that Bryson finally got to taste victory, and he was still continuing with the rest of the game. I think we all need that type of mindset. When you succeed, keep trying to succeed. Try not to get complacent. To use like a relatively old-timey phrase, don't rest on your laurels, Don't, get used to your accomplishments. Keep trying to do better and improve yourself, no matter what it is that you're doing.
I see Hot Galaxy where you skate around and fight a lava octopus?
Whoa.
No problem. A Haunted Mansion Galaxy where you save Luigi? Light work. A galaxy made of toys where you run across twisting platforms shaped like Mario? Child's play.
All
Light
right.
work, no reaction. Light work, no reaction. Light work, no reaction.
All right. Well, this can definitely be something of a double-edged sword right here, because he managed to conquer that crazy level that took him like well over an hour to defeat. And now it seems like all the rest of the levels aren't really having any challenge at all. So this is gotta suck, especially if you're playing a game, but even if anything that you're doing, there should always be some challenge, because without challenge, what's really the point? You shouldn't just do things as they're easy. You should do them because you enjoy it, they're fun, and they challenge you. No matter what it is that we're talking about here.
Okay, it's not a little kick.
All my nightmares had materialized. It
What?
was an even harder version of the previous one.
Oh.
Skipping ahead through 2 hours of pain and agony, and I finally beat it.
All right.
I'm honestly convinced that this game widened my emotional range. It's like Newton's third law. The more suffering you experience, the more capacity you have for joy. And
That's an interesting explanation. I've never heard Newton's third law being kind of like used in this situation, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, if you had like a perfectly easy life all the time, you never had any strife or conflict or tough times, would you really be able to appreciate all the good things in your life? I don't think you would. I'm not saying that, suffering should be enjoyed. Ideally, no one should suffer, but at the same time, if you go through some bad stuff, it can make you appreciate the good stuff more. So try to take all the things that you experience in life, good and bad, take them in stride, because they'll probably pay off in the end.
believe me when I tell you, those levels had me suffering.
Okay.
Then I saved Princess Peach or whatever. This game's revolutionary gravity mechanics, top-tier level design, and whimsical soundtrack earn it an easy 100 Bryson points.
Cool.
But we couldn't have the game that sent Mario to space without the game that sent Mario into a whole different dimension.
What? Oh!
Super Mario 64.
I remember playing this one too. This was a great one back in the day. Ah man, I always enjoyed it, but even though some of the levels were really difficult. But I liked this one. Comment below. Anybody out there, did you ever play Super Mario 64? And what'd you think of it?
An all-time classic.
Yeah.
It paved the way for so many games to enter the third dimension.
Mhm.
I'm still waiting for Super Mario 65 to come out, though.
That was a terrible joke.
I literally can't describe the pure primal fear little Bryson experienced when seeing that giant chain chomp for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And don't even get me started on that Koopa, the quick race.
Oh yeah, the chain chomps were really annoying and very frustrating. Like that's the closest thing to like facing like a real monster in real life back in the day. Seeing that deadly sphere with all those teeth, that was just really messed up. No matter how hard you tried to dodge, I almost always got bit by one of those things.
Hate this stupid turtle so much. I just couldn't beat him. But then, one day, Brody let me in on a little secret.
What?
He's gonna win the race again!
You see that little hole in the wall? Go in.
How is this supposed to...
Ooh.
You see that beam?
You know, that was nice. It's nice to see that Brody actually helped Bryson a bit. This is when having siblings really comes in handy. Because as much as they can annoy you, they can help you when you really need their help. Sometimes it's not as consistent as you'd like, but if you have siblings that help you, don't take it for granted, because some people probably have horrible siblings that don't help at all.
Flight. Look up. Follow that coin trail going into the wall.
Yes! 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 The sense of accomplishment...
Oh, just the pure joy. I appreciate this. I'm glad that Bryson is enjoying it and his brother's helping him out. This is nice. We need more family dynamics like this.
and amazement at discovering these secrets for the first time was enough to form a core memory.
All right.
Even though I needed help to find them. It was a really nice change of pace to get help from Brody on finding secrets because usually he pulled the classic move of giving me an unplugged controller and gaslighting me into thinking I was really playing.
Wow. That's just such a scummy move. Pretending that the controller is plugged in and tricking your sibling to thinking that they're playing. That's just horrible. Why would you do that? I mean, I get it's kind of like a rite of passage sort of thing to mess with your siblings, but still, what would just make you think, this would be a really good idea? Let's mess with my little brother's mind. Why?
Really playing? Mario isn't listening to me, and this controller isn't even plugged in.
Yeah.
You're actually playing as that baby penguin.
Oh, cool! Back in my day, there were no video game tutorials on the internet. The only way I could learn what I needed was through rumors on the playground and hints from my brothers. So this information was very valuable. Then Brody taught me how to backwards long jump and travel at the speed of light.
It's so crazy when you think about how different things were back in the day. Like back when the internet was just basically in its infancy or its early childhood, like back in the 90s or early 2000s, there wasn't that much information available. Now you can find all the information you want about games and pretty much anything else with just a click of a button. It's crazy how much more information is available to us. Ooh, jeez. Oh. Well, I didn't see that coming. That was one intense jump. Oh no, black hole.
Obviously this game is great, but me and my brothers usually played the remastered version on the DS.
Okay.
They added some mini games that we would play together all the time. Some of my favorites were the hidden face game, the Babam sorting one, and the one where you draw little trampolines for Mario to jump on.
Okay.
And I think it's absolutely insane that there are definitely people out there with gambling addictions that were caused by Luigi teaching them how to do it. But
that's so true. I never thought of it like that. I guess some video games can potentially spawn some bad habits from time to time. Like, I'm not like an anti-video game purist. I don't think that all video games are bad. I don't think all video games cause problematic behavior. But still, you should definitely control the time you spend playing games. Any parents out there try to talk to your kids about not spending too much time in front of a screen. Just balance your life so you don't get too obsessed about something, because it could never end well.
there was also a multiplayer game where you fight each other to get the most stars, and my brothers and I took it very seriously.
All right.
Bryson's got 3 stars. Brayden, Brenner, get him.
Stay back! I earned these!
Sneak attack.
Mom, Brayden stole my star!
No cap, it's giving little brother energy. Brayden obviously ate with that, and you're Delulu if you think I'm gonna punish him for slaying.
Why is their mom using all the up-to-date slang. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I have no clue how old Bryson's parents are. I have no clue, but it's so weird to see someone from the older generations using like millennial and alpha slang. It's just so bizarre to me.
I gotta let him cook. Don't let your mentee bee get in the way of his dub. Just cope and take the L, for real, for real.
But the brotherly rivalry was
faces.
just getting started. Let's turn up the heat and move on to the game that's been causing relationship-shattering screaming matches for decades.
What? Oh, yes.
Mario Party.
This was another awesome one. I think I played up to like maybe the first 2 or 3 Mario Party games. They were just tons of fun, especially like when you had to when you invited your neighbors over to play or you went over to your neighbor's house to play. Yeah, before the day of online gaming, kids, if you wanted to play with your friends, you had to either go over there or they had to go to your place. Ah, nostalgia.
A family-friendly party game. This game introduced a whole new emotion to me.
What?
Bloodlust.
Whoa.
One thing you should know about this game is that when I win, it's because of pure skill. But
Really?
when you win, it's because you got lucky and those stupid bonus stars don't even count. When creating a game, it's important to strike a good balance between skill and luck. And in a lot of people's opinions, Mario Party is too much of a luck-based game. It's still super fun at parties if you're not taking it too seriously.
You know what Bryson just said back then? It's kind of like a good metaphor for life. Life, in a way, is like a good balance of luck and skill. And I think you have to cultivate both of them in order to get where you want to be, to get to where you want to be in life. Whether you're talking about like friends or career or whatever. Don't rely too much on luck and don't try to focus too much on skill, you know? If you can cultivate them both, that's a good way to go.
Which is probably why they call it Mario Party. Unfortunately, my brothers and I have no chill, so for
Alright.
us it was more like Mario Gladiatorial Combat.
Wow.
Our sibling rivalry seemed to leak into every aspect of our lives, and video games were no exception. Even being player 1 was a big deal. If my Wiimote connected first, Brody would shit his pants and disconnect all the controllers and resync them until...
Wow. That much focus and attention, that much potential rage over getting the first player. I mean, I kind of get it because, you know, number 1 status symbol, but still, it's just a player in a video game. It's not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. Just let it go.
He was player 1. We also played the DS version of Mario Party on family road
Alright.
trips, and I remember screaming my lungs out over losing minigames.
Wow.
Something about this game is just a recipe for white-hot rage and malice. I guess that's why it's good at parties, because you get to see everyone's true colors. And it's always so tense when Toad announces the final score. Okay, I've got 4 stars and 46 coins.
Alright.
Everyone else only has 3, so I should come out on top. Time to announce the bonus stars. The first star goes to the player that traveled the least amount of spaces. Brenner! Okay. I still got...
I love how, like, serious Bryson is this moment. Like, he is, like, putting all his neurons to work and trying to, like, deduce if he will win or not. But what do you want to bet he won't actually win? What do you want to bet someone else will take first place and he'll just, like, lose his mind?
more coins than him, so as long as he doesn't get the second one, I'll win. And the next star goes to the player that lost the most minigames.
What? That's actually a
Brenner!
bonus?
I'll f***ing kill you!
Oh,
In
jeez.
one game, I was doing very well for myself. I had
Alright.
several stars and a whopping 270 coins.
Okay.
But this was the Spaceland map.
Oh,
if the
I remember
center
this one.
platform gets stepped on 5 times, Bowser's spaceship shoots a giant laser across the board.
Oh, I think I'm starting to remember this more. That was probably one of the most stressful levels in any video games that I can remember. Now I think about probably the one where, like, you go to Bowser Land. I think that's what it was called, where, like, Toad is gone and replaced with, like, a mini version of Bowser. That was probably the worst one. That was the least one I can remember. So, good luck, Bryson.
And of course, I was right in the crosshairs.
Oh, no.
No, stop. Just calm down. Don't do it.
Oh,
I started resorting to more drastic measures to
so
try and beat
tragic.
my brothers. There's a mini game where you have to mash the A button as fast as you can.
Okay.
And I decided to tip the scales in my favor.
What would
I
you do?
grabbed a massage gun and put it on max speed on my palm, which caused my fingers to vibrate insanely fast.
You know, I gotta hand it to Bryson. No pun intended, but that's actually pretty clever. Obviously, you couldn't get away with that if you were, like, in a real game competition, but, you know, if you're hanging out with family and friends, I guess do what you gotta do to win.
And I put my finger on the A button, and...
Yay. Oh.
As the second youngest, my old...
I guess that just goes to show, cheating in the long run does not pay off. I generally don't approve of cheating, even if it's something kind of stupid like for your video game. Just try to be honest when you play games, kids. And just try to be honest in general with life. You'll be a lot better off if you just stay on the straight and narrow for as long as you can.
older brothers were always so much better than me at everything. And honestly, so was Brenner. He was spat out the womb knowing how to use an iPad and was 360 no-scoping noobs while still in diapers.
Wow.
I wanted to win something for once. I just hadn't found the right game yet.
What? Oh.
Mario.
Yes! Mario Kart. I was hoping he was going to talk about this one. That was great. This is such a great game back in the day, and I'm sure like any of the more modern versions are just as good, but I think we can all agree the classic one is really good too, even if it is on a system that nobody uses anymore.
Kart. I don't consider myself to be a very competitive person, but as you've seen here today, video games are the exception.
All right.
Especially Mario Kart.
Alrighty.
Fortunately, my spirit of competition is well placed because I'm amazing at Mario Kart and you can't beat me. But I wasn't.
Thank you for giving us our daily dose of arrogance, Bryson. Obviously, it's just a joke, but still, it's like, I'm the best. Nobody can beat me. I'm amazing at this game. Yeah, what do you want to bet the next story or two is going to have him just completely be demolished by someone else?
Always this way.
Really?
It all started, of course, with Mario Kart DS. My
Okay.
brothers and I would race each other for dominance, but I didn't understand the drift mechanic, so I would just kind of turn and throw bananas. And I
Alright.
could never beat my brothers. When they finally did show me how to drift,
Aw,
it took
I'm
a lot
crying.
of getting used to. You have to wiggle the D-pad back and forth in order to build up a charge that boosts you forward, and it was really hard for me to manage that while controlling the trajectory of my turns at
I can see that can be kind of challenging, but hey, at least his brothers finally offered to help, so good on them.
such a young age. Clearly, I had much to learn. That being said, this was the first time that becoming better than my brothers at something didn't seem impossibly out of reach.
All
I
right.
wanted to win at something for once, and I could feel the potential within myself. I
Good.
wanted to be player one, so I hunkered down and continued my training arc. Wait, I'm first! I'm gonna win!
All right. Oh no, the blue shell. Oh man, I paused at one of the best times. That's great. I hated seeing the blue shell come on screen. That was just like an instant mood killer, instant confidence destroyer when you were playing any of the Mario Kart games. That sucks so bad. Whoa. Oh, the music. Oh, the pop-up too. Ooh. Oh man, I think I paused at even a worse spot. Look, it's just the pure tears. Oh, the sadness. Getting betrayed by your own sibling, even in a video game. It hurts. Poor Bryson. Oh.
Eventually, we graduated from Mario Kart DS to Mario Kart Wii. This was the
Alrighty.
one that I've played the least because, as we already established, I don't understand motion controls.
Okay.
Also, apparently using a bike is the only viable option because doing a wheelie is just free acceleration, so that's pretty dumb. It didn't help me develop my skills at all, but it definitely added some great tracks, and using
Yeah.
the plastic Wiimote was real fun as a kid. Look,
Alright, it kind of sucks that Bryson was like still having difficulty with the motion control, but at least it looks like he's enjoying the game. I think we can all learn from that. Like, even if you struggle at something, try to have fun with it, because you'll enjoy it a lot more in the long run.
Mom, I'm driving!
He's never getting his license.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty reasonable assumption to make. If you ever see anyone in real life driving like that, call the cops immediately, because something is terribly wrong.
Then I entered a training grounds worthy of my potential.
All right.
Mario Kart 7. They added kart customization, underwater sections, gliders, and a bunch of amazing courses.
Yeah, I think I've definitely seen that before. I've seen it like in like some like random TikTok videos where like people are playing games in the background where you have like, and you have text showing up on the screen talking about like just whatever. So that's where it's from. Good to know.
and a much better drifting system.
Okay.
This was definitely the best Mario Kart at the time. I'd learned the strategies, I learned the shortcuts, and I began to step into my power.
Good for you.
I started to be a much bigger challenge for my brothers, and Brody and Brayden could feel the reign of terror slipping away as I won more and more.
That's
The
nice.
Egyptians believed the most significant thing you could do in your life was die.
Just the contrast right there between that, like, seemingly innocent, sweet-sounding voice and just, like, the triple kill. Just, like, destroying your brothers instantaneously. That was funny. I like that.
As I studied, I even found a forbidden shortcut.
What was
On
it?
the Maka Woohoo course, if you use a mushroom to boost off the track at the right angle, you'll land in an out-of-bounds area that corresponds to a much later part of the map. So,
Okay.
when Lakitu saves you, he thinks you're further along than you really were, so he puts you there, allowing you to skip ahead of everyone else.
You know, that is sneaky. I gotta hand it to Bryson. I mean, as kind of like dishonest as it was, you know, way to play the system. I mean, it's a video game, so I can guess as long as you're not like hacking the code itself or reverse engineering the game, I guess it's do whatever, and if you win, then good for you, I guess.
The first time I pulled this trick on my brothers was hilarious.
All right.
Eat my dust, losers.
Little did Brody know, history was about to change.
All right. This is a look of pure bewilderment. Yeah, here you go, Bryson.
But I was just getting started. I wanted
I can tell he's probably just like, I wanted more. I want to win more. Look at this. Look at that smirk on his face. I mean, it's understandable. I guess once you get the taste of victory, nothing can subside it unless like you go on a constant losing streak. But it's nice to see that he won. But we'll see where this is headed.
more. Then finally came Mario Kart 8 and 8 Deluxe.
All right.
They added anti-gravity mechanics and a slew of amazing courses and karts. As
Sounds
the games
good.
got better, so did I. But it definitely took a while for me to get used to 200cc, where the karts go insanely fast. You actually have to use the brakes in order to turn sharp enough and not fly off the track. But
Wow. It seems like the game developers really put more attention to detail, because I think that is kind of like how it would work in real life. You can't go too fast. You gotta slow down when you make a sharp turn. So, good job for the game designers on this one.
after I mastered that, I became unstoppable.
Alrighty. The evil laugh.
Just like the rest of your people, they did not deserve to exist in this world, in my world. Prepare to join them.
Just the intense emotion is just never failing to make me laugh. This is just great. Having this much, like, rage and passion in a video game. I'm enjoying this so much.
Prepare to die!
I had demolished Brody and Brayden so many times that I unlocked the final frontier of Mario Kart's skill, a
Really?
forbidden technique known as item smuggling. In
Really?
the game, the strongest items are given to the people in the back of the race to even things out. Basically, you purposefully hang back in the race to cycle through the best items, and then use them to take shortcuts and sweep in at the last moment to
Gotta say, this is a pretty clever little trick too. It's good to know that there's ways to help out, like if you're falling behind. But it's pretty clever for Bryson to like use this little trick to help even the odds. I gotta hand it to him. This is pretty interesting.
steal a victory. This strategy is especially mean because if you succeed, someone is getting teased with the chance at a first place spot for the whole race, only for you to snatch it from them in the last second. I've done this countless times to family and friends to dunk on them, and I finally fulfilled my childhood dream of being better than my brothers at something. With
Why am I pausing at all the right/wrong moments? Bryson Thanos. I never thought I'd see this combination. But it's nice to see that he finally accomplished his dream, though. This is great. This is great. This needs to become a meme. This is funny.
my enemies defeated, my thirst for victory was finally quenched. Now,
Good.
I know what you must be thinking.
What?
This guy must be pretty bad at everything else if the only thing he can brag about is being good at a children's video game.
Oh, he's just about to get silenced by the bullet bill. But, man, it's understandable to make that type of assumption. Like, if someone's like really obsessive about one thing, it's kind of natural to think that they suck at everything else, but I'm sure that can't be true. I mean, if that was true, Bryson could be making this video right now if all that he was good at was playing Mario games. So, I guess maybe this random character should really just shut up if he knows what's good for him.
And to that I say, yeah, that's pretty true.
Oh,
Just let
really?
me have this, please. Mario was definitely a great part of growing up, and I'll always have fond memories of playing games with my brothers.
That's
and
good.
It's been nice to finally defeat them. Little brother's gotta take what we can get. And in all seriousness, it was very sweet of Brody to always help me find hidden secrets and beat levels that were too hard for me.
Yep, kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like, it's always nice when you have siblings who help out. And just like people in general who help you out with things. Never take that for granted and always try to appreciate them when you can. Because you never know how long those folks will be in your life or what type of things they'll be able to help you with in the future. So always try to appreciate it.
I'm very happy to have so many great memories gaming with the boys.
God, that's so unfair.
Skill issue. Stay mad, honestly.
All right, well played. Let's
Awesome.
play a different game.
Oh.
Happy feet!
Oh no. That's gotta be really bad. Like when you really specialize in one game, but then someone suggests a different game, and it's like the advantages that you had, the skills you had all go away. That's worse. But also, I was a big fan of like the original Super Smash Brothers too. That was a fun one back in the day. Oh no. We're ganging up on him. Jeez, chill.
Thanks for watching. This was a huge...
That ending was great. And, well, that was just so much fun. Another great video by haminations. Very relatable, very entertaining, and just gotta say, if you enjoy video games, just try to share that joy with other people, and if you know someone who kind of isn't that great at video games, try to help them if you can, because, you know, why make someone miserable when you can make them happy instead? So overall, great video, and let me know in the comments, did you play a lot of Mario games growing up? And what was your favorite? If you have any other recommendations for haminations reactions, let me know in the comments as well. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!